Good evening. In our journey of growth and possibilities, we strive to serve you from the 47 counties, and tonight we are expanding our horizon. TV47 is now available on Kenya's largest pay TV platform, Gotv channel 102. Thank you, the viewer, for making us Kenya's fastest growing television. Good evening. These are the stories making headlines tonight. Tonight, Court of Appeal suspends order by the High Court compelling President Uhuru Kenyatta to appoint 6 judges who were left out. Also tonight, Eldoret Court issues an order compelling IEBC to extend the ongoing mass voter registration to the 9th of November.
Watu wa ABC watuletee hizo tumashini huku mashinani, watu waweze kujiandikisha. Juu wako na safari nyingi, wengine wanaenda kazi lakini hawawezi, so wakituletea hizo mashini huku tutaweza kujiandikisha.
1 month exercise ends tomorrow. Plus, Jubilee Party intensifies plans to kick out Deputy President William Ruto as the party's deputy leader.
The NDC is the highest party organ, and whatever the NDC decides prevails.
The National Delegate Conference is set to meet in 21 days. The Rastafarian community in Kenya is agitating to have representation in government and a department in the Ministry of Culture.
Not only agitating for a member of parliament, we are agitating for the whole government to embrace Rastafari in all its agencies.
And Wairimu is our sign language interpreter. Good evening, I'm Abubakar Abdullahi. Welcome to the broadcast. To our top story tonight, and the Court of Appeal has temporarily halted an order by the High Court that had compelled President Uhuru Kenyatta to appoint 6 judges whom he initially rejected when he appointed 34 out of the 41 judges recommended by the Judicial Service Commission, JSC. The court issued conservatory orders until the case filed by the Attorney General challenging the High Court ruling is heard and determined.
I, Laibuta Kibaya Imana.
The saga surrounding the swearing-in of 6 appeal court judges has taken a new twist. This time round, President Uhuru Kenyatta winning, albeit temporarily. A 3-judge bench of the Court of Appeal made up of judges Imana Laibuta, Wajiro Karaja and Rosalie Nambuye issuing conservatory orders restraining the president from appointing the 6 judges he rejected. Last week, 3 judges of the High Court ordered President Uhuru Kenyatta to appoint the 6 within 14 days and advise Chief Justice Martha Koome to swear them in case the president disregarded the High Court order.
Prejudice.
The Attorney General, through lawyer Emmanuel Bitol, filed an appeal challenging the High Court's order, prompting the Court of Appeal to issue the conservatory orders until the case is heard and determined.
The exercise of the judicial function.
The 6 rejected judges include Agri Muchelule, George Odunga, Weldon Koril, and Joel Ngugi, who are to serve in the appellate court. Chief Magistrate Evans Makori and High Court Registrar Judy Thomange were also left out when the President gazetted and approved the swearing-in of the 34 judges in the month of June. The President, through lawyer Waweru Gatonye, argued that the court has no jurisdiction to give the powers to another person to appoint and swear in judges. The lawyers pleaded with the court for stay orders, lest the appeal was rendered nugatory. Katiba Institute, which had filed the case, opposed the request to have a stay order issued, saying the High Court judges committed no wrong when they compelled the president to appoint the judges. The Court of Appeal will issue a full ruling on the 14th of November. Mwangi Maina, TV47, Nairobi.
1B, notice number 5235.
Elsewhere, Buruburu Girls High School in Nairobi was closed indefinitely following a fire incident last evening. Elizabeth Atieno reports.
On Sunday evening at around 5 p.m., this video was making rounds on social media. Students from Nairobi's Buruburu Girls High School are seen jumping from a 3-story dormitory building in a bid to save their lives from the fire outbreak in their dormitory. Today, parents of the students were at the school's main gate demanding to see their children. A few hours later, the parents were allowed inside the school compound.
Sakuja hapa kulikuwa na watu wengi ndio na tulielewa venye tuliambiwa tuende tukuje kesho asubuhi watoto come by 6. Tumelala hapa the whole day, the whole night. Tukakucha hapa. So venye tumekuja, nobody from the school is coming to talk to us. Hakuna mtu anatuongelesha tuatuambie venye kunaendelea huko ndani.
The school administration maintains that no casualties were reported and those admitted in different hospitals are responding well to treatment. However, one student sustained injuries on the leg.
19 of the girls are at Metropolitan and they are stable, with one that had a seriously injured leg, but the rest are very stable.
Parents have raised concerns over the school's management.
We have letters signed, stamped. We took it to all the offices. You guys sent your TSC people here. They came, they left. These people did nothing. They went back to our kids. Our kids were being threatened. Till today, you think you're above board. This school is full of arrogance, full of intimidation. They were told, the teachers were told, the kids are planning to ban the school. What did the headmistress say? She called the kids and told them, Chomeni.
Buruburu Sub-County Commander Francis Kamau and Coast Regional Coordinator John Elungata have ordered for strong legal action to be taken against those found culpable.
Information that we are holding in confidence is an eye-opener, because kama hujaambiwa suruali yako imeraruka huku nyuma utajua kweli. We have seen mistakes here and there, and I'm assuring you that we are going to correct them. We are going to correct them.
Polisi tumekubaliana nao wawafuate hawa watoto wanaochoma shule, kwa sababu kuwapata si ngumu, wako baina ya wanafunzi. Wakamatwe, washtakiwe, kwa sababu kuharibu mali ya shule ni kama kuharibu boma lao.
Elizabeth Atieno, TV 47.
Elsewhere, Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i now says he will not be intimidated as he dismissed calls for his resignation by some political leaders. Speaking during the groundbreaking of Limuru Sub-County headquarters, accompanied by his Principal Secretary Karanja Kibicho, Matiang'i reiterated that he is unbothered by critics from politicians, saying he is dedicated in ensuring that the safety and security of Kenyans is at par as the country gears up to the 2022 polls. On his part, PS Kibicho says that the CS has discharged his mandate of ensuring the country is peaceful.
Tusitishwe and don't be intimidated at all na porojo hii ya huko na huko, porojo tu, watu wanaendelea huko. Hata 2017 mulisikia wengine hata wakisema eti unajua eti hata yule mzee wetu head of public service Mr. Kinyo who can't even hata fly, eti abenda mikutano usiku sijui na nani. Porojo hii tumezoea, hii inaletwa wakati wa uchaguzi.
Ile kazi umepewa na rais tufanye. Kama ni kunyorosha watu tunyoroshe, walie. Hiyo ndio ile kazi tumepewa na rais, na tutakuwa accountable kwa hawa wananchi na kwa Mungu kama tutawalet down.
Moving on, the ruling Jubilee Party is set to settle its leadership wrangles once and for all in a delegate conference expected to be held soon. According to Jubilee Secretary General Raphael Tuju, the conference will also lay bare the party's plan in the 2022 general election. But he insists he will stay put despite calls for his resignation by a section of members of Jubilee Party. And as Musa Salah now reports, the Jubilee ODM coalition talks are in top gear, with the negotiations escalating to be between President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM boss Raila Odinga.
The ruling Jubilee Party's National Management Committee on Monday met at the party headquarters to plan for the 2022 general election, as well as the National Delegates Conference expected to take place after the committee puts a 21-day notice to the delegates, including President Uhuru Kenyatta. According to the committee, the party is set to make major changes in its leadership. A section of party members have been planning to oust the party's Secretary General Raphael Tuju. The convention also comes at a time when the ruling party has been hit with internal wrangles. A section of the members, including members of Parliament Kanini Kega, Sabina Chege, and the party's Vice Chairman David Murathe, have been calling for the overhaul of the Secretariat as part of rejuvenating the ruling party that has since been hit by an exodus of members.
This is a political office. I would be a very, very worried person if nobody expressed dissatisfaction with my work. I would be a very, very worried person if nobody was hitting me every other day, because that would mean that the position of Secretary General is not important. So I think I welcome any criticisms. It comes with the territory, and I'm ready to live with it.
Tuju, however, hinting that the talks between Jubilee and Orange Democratic Movement (ODM) over a possible coalition ahead of the 2022 general election are in the advanced stages, with President Kenyatta and ODM boss Raila Odinga taking charge of the negotiations.
Discussions with the ODM are ongoing. There are discussions which have been done at our level, and there are discussions which are done at the level of the two party leaders. It is beyond my pay grade to divulge to you anything which has come up at the level of the two party leaders.
The National Delegates Conference is also likely to discuss and seal the fate of Deputy President William Ruto as Jubilee Deputy Leader. The Delegates Conference, which will be chaired by President Kenyatta, may vote to remove Ruto as the Deputy Party boss. Ruto on Thursday last week, during his tour of Makueni County, said that he is ready to ditch Jubilee Party for his United Democratic Alliance (UDA) to advance his presidential bid. On Saturday, President Kenyatta, during a brief stopover at Ruiru, Kiambu County, cautioned Kenyans against electing thieves who would water down the gains he and former President Mwai Kibaki have made.
We want to continue to support the president, and we want to make sure that this country can be assured that the next leadership of this country will not be those that Kenyans may have doubt on. We don't want Kenyans to elect thieves to run this country going forward.
The ruling Jubilee Party is in advanced coalition talks with former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's ODM party, with Jubilee expected to unveil its plans for the 2022 general election in 21 days. Musa Salah, TV47, Nairobi.
Thank you, Musa Salah, for that report. Elsewhere, the African Union High Representative for Infrastructure Development in Africa, Raila Odinga, has called for the establishment of an African Special Fund for regional projects in the continent. While addressing the Africa Infrastructure Development Forum held at the Dubai Expo 2020, Odinga affirmed that the fund will cushion key development ventures. He further briefed the conference on the second phase of the program for infrastructure development in Africa. Now, still in politics, and Deputy President William Ruto was on a tour of Nyamira County today, where he accused One Kenya Alliance leaders of spreading tribal politics. Ruto wants the Oka leaders to disband their parties for one outfit amidst claims that they were summoned in State House by President Uhuru Kenyatta. Paul Kirobi reports.
Just a day after One Kenya Alliance principals hinted of a possible hand pushing them to support ODM boss Raila Odinga in the 2022 presidential poll, Deputy President William Ruto has challenged the OKA principals to fold their political parties and come up with one national party.
Hawa watu wanataka kutugawanya. Mpaka sasa hawana chama, kila mtu yuko na chama yake ya kabila yake. Kila mtu anazurura na chama yake na ya kabila yake. Sasa nyinyi kama kweli mnaamini katika kuunganisha Kenya, mbona msiunde chama kama hii yetu ya UDA ambayo inaunganisha Wakenya wote?
Speaking in Thika, Kiambu County, NC boss Musalia Mudavadi said he will not be cowed to support a candidate hinted of intimidations. However, in a statement this evening, the One Kenya Alliance have refuted claims that they were summoned in State House by President Uhuru Kenyatta after their rallies in Kakamega over the weekend. Ruto accusing four principals under One Kenya Alliance for driving tribalistic agenda and fighting for their selfish interests.
The UDA.
Even though President Kenyatta has not openly declared his preferred successor, DP Ruto's allies have called on President Kenyatta to stay away from succession politics.
Waruhusiwe kuchagua kiongozi ambaye wanataka. Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya tunamheshimu sana, lakini amalize kazi yake polepole, aende nyumbani.
Tunataka kumuomba rais wetu afanye kazi yake polepole na utaratibu. Ikifika next year sote tunamheshimu, apatiane naibu wa rais ile mamlaka, yaende nyumbani apumzike kwa amani.
Deputy President William Ruto has begun his Nyamira County political tour, holding rallies in areas of Chebilat, Nyasiongo, Kijauri, Metamaiwa, Keroka, Riabe and Rigoma in Nyamira County.
Ambia tutaunganisha stima. Tumefikisha watu 1,101.
Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Thank you, Paul Kirobi, for that report. You're watching TV47 News tonight. Time for us to take a short break. Stay with us. We still have a lot lined up for you.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Hello guys, and welcome to Night In with Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu. Joy Irungu.
Heartbreak, pain, and tears have been a major part of Night In Season 1. We thank you for being with us on this journey. And for this upcoming season, we will bring you more empowering stories that not everyone is talking about.
This is the only show where we keep it authentic. We share our lifetime experiences, and you know what? Tell every person that you can turn your pain into power.
Join Joy Irungu on Night In as we take the brave step of sharing.
Welcome to the exciting world of M-Truck Solutions, your trusted provider for bulk SMSs. We also offer API integrations for all your communication and payment needs. We also provide you with tailor-made payment getaway solution to receive and disperse cash quickly, affordable and securely. Let us expand your reach and connectivity on USSD, SMS and voice today. Call us on 0723 030 030 or email hello@mtruck.limited.co.ke. For more details, visit our website www.mtrucklimited.co.ke.
Authentic, natural, planned. Transforming. Endless benefits. Slaty, purely Kenyan. Buy now on Jumia or Amazon.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back to TV47 News Tonight. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get to more news now. And an Eldoret court has ordered the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to extend the time for mass voter registration. The exercise is set to end tomorrow. IEBC, however, has fallen short of reaching its target of over 4 million new registered voters.
A voter in Eldoret went to court seeking more time for the ongoing mass voter registration. His request was granted. Court has ordered IEBC to extend the deadline to 9th of November from the 2nd November.
Nashukuru kotini kwa kutupa muda wa kuextend hiyo muda ili watu vijana wote wakate kura wachague watu wao.
The court has been kind enough to give a prohibitory order against IBC not to close its exercise of mass voter registration that was due to end tomorrow.
And with a few hours to go to the deadline of mass voter registration, long queues of people were witnessed in some centers as some tried to beat the deadline set by IEBC. The exercise has been on for 1 month. Meanwhile, the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET, wants teachers to be at the forefront in encouraging young people to register as voters, as it is their democratic right.
We want now to go for general elections. And elections is about numbers. Numbers. Register as a voter. Register as a party member and ensure that you also educate your people.
In the same breath, political leaders from Kandara in Murang'a County want the IEBC to extend the period of voter registration.
Ningetaka kuwauliza watu wa IEBC, ni vizuri wawache kuambia watu waenda wachukulie kura Mombasa ama kule kwingine. Watu waletewe kura hapa nyumbani hapa na wawafikie mpaka mashinani. Hawa vijana wakiambiwa waenda wachukulie kura huko, hata hawana pesa, wengine hata hawana fare ya kwenda huko.
Watu wa ABC watuletee hizo tumashini huku mashinani, watu waweze kujiandikisha. Juu wako na safari nyingi, wengine wanaenda kazi lakini hawawezi, so wakituletea hizo mashini huku tutaweza kujiandikisha.
Kuna gharama ambayo inahitajika kutoka mtu anatoka hapa Gaishanjuro anaelekea Kandara ati ndio anaenda kubadilisha ile kula yake. Tunaomba IBC waweke stations hapa ili watu wetu waende wabadilisha kula.
However, an IEBC official in Elgeyo Marakwet says the registration will continue even after tomorrow's deadline, but the exercise will be taking place at IEBC offices.
Baada ya hapo kutakuwa na ile normal process ya continuous voter registration ambayo imekuwa ikiendelea. So sasa tofauti ni kwamba hiyo itakuwa inafanyika kwa ofisi ya kila eneo bunge, haitakuwa viwandani vile imekuwa sasa hivi. Kwa hivyo continuous voter registration itaendelea katika kila eneo bunge, na hiyo itaendelea mpaka karibu miezi 5-4 hivi tupige kura. Ndio tutafunga kusajili kabisa kwa ajili ya kutayarisha mambo ya kura.
Since IEBC started the mass voter registration a month ago, they have not been able to reach their target of more than 4 million new registered voters. Sharon Baranga, TV47.
Elsewhere, the Rastafarian community in Kenya is agitating to have representation from the National Assembly and the Senate. They have petitioned the government to have a department in the Ministry of Culture that will ensure the right of Rastafarians are protected and considered as a minority community. Micah Gwongo has the details.
According to Ras Lajiron Jaden, the chairperson and elder of the Rastafarian Society of Kenya, Rastafarianism is a religion just like any other, and hence they should be treated as the rest. Speaking to the press in Nyandarua County, Ras Lajiron noted that the history of the Rastafarians started long ago, when the African societies were oppressed by colonialists, and hence since then, Rastafarians have had to cope with a myriad of challenges, including lack of education, poverty, disease, malnutrition, among other.
The founding fathers of the African nation, men like Haile Selassie, Dedan Kimathi, Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, Agri Jaden, and many more who have stood firm, believing that we Africans can accomplish what we wish if we maintain the right frequency and the focus, and above all, if we can learn to coexist with one another.
However, he observed that Rastafarians have become of age and were now pushing to be treated just like any other community embraced in the Kenyan's constitution.
The situation which we are facing today as young people and as Africa in general is illiteracy, poverty, malnutrition, disease, and ignorance.
The Rastafarian community in the country is set to join their colleagues in other counties to commemorate and celebrate the 91st anniversary of Coronation Day this Tuesday. November 2nd, 1930 was when Rastafari Makonnen was crowned as His Imperial Majesty HIM. Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia and his wife Menina's Pharaoh Empress in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Selassie was said to be a descendant of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, assuming the title of King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia and Empress Waizaro Menen were crowned on this great day by example, to give the African people hope that we can still make it again in righteousness towards restoration of Africa.
However, according to Ras Lajeron, the community will converge in the Utawala Tabernacle in Nairobi to observe the day, to pray and invoke the spirits of the ancestors to guide them on how they ought to treat the humanity, and also be able to tackle critical issues affecting the world.
We will be commemorating November 2nd together with the Rastafari community in our Utawala Tabernacle, with the rest of the Rastafari brethren from the rest of Kenya and Africa in general.
2 years ago, the High Court indicated that Rastafarianism is a religion just like any other and ought to be respected. While giving his final verdict in a case filed by a father of a girl who was sent away from Olympic High School in Nairobi soon after being admitted in Form 1, Justice Enoch Chacha Mwita said that the school's administration's action denied the girl her right to religion and education. The judge also pointed out that the Constitution does not define what religion is, but the dictionary does. Mike, Kagwongo TV 47.
Thank you, Mike Kagwongo, for that report. Time for us to take another short break here on TV 47 News Tonight. Stay with us.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories. To prevent the spread of COVID-19, clean your hands often. Use soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Maintain a safe distance from anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Wear a mask when physical distancing is not possible. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Stay home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention. Stay safe. TV 47 cares.
Welcome to the exciting world of M-Truck Solutions, your trusted provider for bulk SMSs. We also offer API integrations for all your communication and payment needs. We also provide you with tailor-made payment getaway solution to receive and disburse cash.
Oh, hi guys. Sorry, you found me 5 minutes before I started recording. But anyway, so most of you have been asking me why I started Lady CLC 19 with Joy Rongo. I have also had my own share of pain. I know how it feels to want to give up. This is basically here to speak hope and inspire somebody who's going through a rough patch, to tell them that they can turn their pain into power. Our guests are normally here to share their experiences so that you can know somebody else did it, so you can also come out of it stronger and better. Let me go to my recording, and remember to always stay tuned every Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
Undertaking husband duties on a boyfriend tender.
Guys, with bromance, do you share your woman with the bro? Have a sister? Give me your sister. I show you how these things are done. So you go release and be like,
Men supporting each other, not only financially, but also socially.
Don't mingle.
Welcome back to TV47 News Tonight. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get to more news. And a third petition seeking the removal of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nordin Haji, from office has been filed at the Public Service Commission by a Nairobi businessman. The petitioner, Ahmed Noorani, a director of Jack and Jill supermarkets, accuses the DPP of bias which amounts to abuse of office. Noorani claims that Haji declined to charge a former ally and business associate over an accrued debt amounting to 240 million shillings.
I have served in Somalia fighting Al-Shabaab, and nothing will cover me as much as I know and as long as I know that I'm serving this country. And I assure you that the next DPP, if I do fall at all, will come with more gusto to pick from where I've left.
Elsewhere, former Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich has been charged afresh in the 63 billion dams graft case. The funds were meant for the construction of Kimwarer and Aror dams. This comes after the anti-corruption chief magistrate Lawrence Mugambi allowed the prosecution to amend the charge sheet. The Director of Public Prosecutions, Nordin Haji, has been directed to withdraw the case of former Principal Secretary Kamau Thuge and has to be made a prosecution witness. Elsewhere, President Uhuru Kenyatta has presented his bare minimum expectations on climate change at the ongoing COP26 climate summit in Glasgow. The president says Kenya is hoping that the summit will deliver in 4 critical issues. He says Kenya hopes to see an increase in the emission reduction, an increase in climate finance, provisions to help the most vulnerable to adapt, including through increased financial support, and a clear way forward for climate resilience set.
Expect that the agreement will be sufficiently inclusive to accommodate the needs and priorities of developing countries, and in particular, the special needs and circumstances of Africa. And we expect the COP president to undertake extensive and comprehensive consultations and address the special needs and circumstances of African states, and indeed report back to us before the close of the session of the conference.
Now, the unity of the Fai clan of the Degodia community is in limbo after a backlash on the endorsement of Hassan Wehliye to represent the community for the gubernatorial position. Ugaz Sheikh Mohammed, who was among the three candidates for the gubernatorial position of the clan, say he was unfairly ruled out. Isadin Haji reports from Wajir.
Just a day after the Fai clan sultans declared Hassan Wehliye as their sole candidate for the gubernatorial race for Wajir County in the 2022 elections, the endorsement aftermath was not as smooth as expected. 5 candidates had sent their application to the Fai clan sultanate and awaited their verdict and their fate to be decided through negotiated democracy.
A very rigorous and elaborate process to identify the decision and the flag bearer for this family.
Hassan Wehliye, who met his supporters today, and his allies say they will drum up support for his candidature till the 2022 general election, despite cracks on the unity of the community.
Mimi nitasimama na yeye bega kwa bega, bako kwa bako. Tutakuwa na yeye mpaka dakika ya mwisho, na naomba kwa niaba yake na kwa niaba ya wale ambao wamemzindua yeye kuwa tumuunge yeye mkono.
Ugaz Sheikh Mohammed was endorsed by the Sultanate in the year 2017 and stepped down for impeached Governor Ambassador Mohammed Abdi Mahmoud and believes it was his time for him to be endorsed unanimously. It is alleged that he was promised to be endorsed this time and his promise unconsidered before the whole vetting process.
It is quite unfortunate and indeed unacceptable that the membership of our Sultanate, whom the community bestowed trust, betrayed that trust both in the past and in the latest time, which was yesterday. We see the process was unfair, arbitrary, and entirely based on some other considerations beyond what will be of use to the people of Wajir County and the Fai nation.
The Fai clan sultanate have defended their credibility and integrity, saying that they have put steps for anyone not contented with their decision to appeal before them.
And as a process, we have put in place measures on how to go about, on how to appeal in case one is not happy with the process.
The Degodia community has led Wajir County through elections in gubernatorial position since 2013, and clan elders have solidly stood behind selected leaders through negotiated democracy.
Of negotiations and dialogue under trees, we expected that this thing will work for us, but unfortunately, I will say authoritatively that this is not working right now. And this has been seen in Mandera, Wajir, even Garissa, and elsewhere.
Isadin Haji, TV 47, Wajir County.
Let's get to the world of sports now, and Harambee Stars head coach has named a 27-man provision squad for the remaining 2 World Cup qualifiers against Uganda and Rwanda this month. Take a look.
I didn't know you were going to do that. It's not fair. I didn't know you were going to do that. Absolutely. I didn't know you were going to do
Now, the 3rd edition of the County Assembly Games kicked off in Mombasa on Monday, featuring members of the county assemblies, speakers, clerks and staff drawn from the 47 counties. Day 1 of the games that ran until Saturday witnessed host Mombasa outpour Nairobi in the tug of war before drawing 2-2 with Kakamega.
Wacha tuone iwapo ni Nairobi ama ni Machakos, ni Mombasa.
And we are really happy to come here together as one community and to experience our culture and as a community and as a one nation. Our prayer is to have a one unity which is called Kenya.
Na ni jambo ambalo kwamba tunajifakhiri nalo. We are proud of ourselves that we are the center and we represent the true face of Kenya.